I'll look at some blogs and they're saying a lot of Americans are leaving Africa and they're going back. And I think that's some ill-conceived and immature decision. Why? There are 54 countries in Africa, 54. And if you don't like one, just go to somewhere else and see if it works for you. No, I'm going to compare that to the Chinese who are going down there and the Arabs and the Indians. They ain't leaving. So if those groups are not leaving in a land that's indigenous to us, how the hell are we leaving? YouTube family, it's me again, Jamcan. And guess what, YouTube family? I ain't got no inspiration this morning, no inspiration. YouTube family, I'm not happy. I'm upset this morning, YouTube family, because guess what, YouTube family? I'm in LittleBab this morning. You know who LittleBab is? You see, south of your YouTube family, you have Big Bob, Uncle Sam. And you see right here, family, you got LittleBab, Canada. And I'm back in LittleBab. YouTube family, it's not a good feeling. Because right now, I had to go to my doctor, YouTube family, because I got stressed, I got headaches. I'm just kind of depressed. I'm not happy to be here. But YouTube family, we have to use wisdom. Yes, family, so I went to my doctor, because it's a little bit stressful, I'm going east, my wife going west. We ain't spending enough time. Go there trying to get some, comfort for the stress. And yeah. Even after I think about blue pills sometimes,
God have mercy upon us.
Because your vibes just die. Don't get any ideas. Anyway, fam, as I said, man, it's rough being back in Babylon, but let me say this to you. You have to plan wisely. You have to plan smartly. That when you make that move, hell no, there's no looking back. My friend Kerry is still in Tanzania. As you see, you get all the updates from how he's living the good life in Tanzania. And boy, I'm envious, man. I'm not happy, man, because at least I get treated with some respect. Here, I'm invisible. So what I did, I chose to come by the water to just have a talk with you. When I say Bob family, I guess you should know what Bob means. Bob means Babylon. So you have Big Bob, you have Little Bob. But why I came here this morning, family? I want to share some good ideas with you, because there are many of our subs now get all inspired to make a move to Africa. And let me say this to you. I can go right now and make a move. But I've learned in life, don't jump in the water with both feet. Fools rush in where wise men fail to tread. Meaning that, just like how Joshua and Caleb went out to take the promised land, and they sent out the men to spies, he sent out 12 of them. And 10 of them came back with some negative words, say, hey Joshua, boy, some giants in the land and they will kill us and beat us up. And 2 of the spies came back and said, hey, we can take this, So he listened to the 2. And eventually they took the land and built their promised land. The thing is that if you're going to venture out in the motherland, you have to be very wise people. Well, I stand close to the water with them geese here. I don't want to fall off this water with these geese, but hey, you got to take risk. Measure the risk, calculated risk. So what happened is that, for me, as I said before, I can step out and go, just like what Kerry did. But you cannot make emotional intelligence. For me right now, I'm going to go back and forth, because I have some loose ends to tie up in Babylon here. So I have to go back and forth. So what I would say to you who wants to go out in the motherland, please take a visit first. When I say take a visit first, just like Joshua, you need to see the layout of the land. You need to see the pros and the cons. You need to feel it in your spirit. Is this the area for me? Me personally. As you know, I like Rwanda. But number two, I like Botswana, I like Namibia. And the reason why I like those places because they're more structured. They're more organized. They're clean. They're structured. And because they're organized, clean, so it fits my profile. That's why for me, I push those places. Now, I have my American brother from another mother, Mr. Asar. He's in Botswana now, and he sent me some pictures, and I'm going to drop a blog that he sent me so you can see it. And he's just saying that he highly recommend Botswana. No. I'll look at some blogs and they're saying a lot of Americans are leaving Africa and they're going back. And I think that's some ill-conceived and immature decision. Why? There are 54 countries in Africa. 54. And if you don't like one, just go to somewhere else and see if it works for you. No, I'm going to compare that to the Chinese who are going down there and the Arabs and the Indians. They ain't leaving. So if those groups are not leaving in a land that's indigenous to us, how the hell are we leaving? Simple bad planning. Bad planning. We want Africa to be just like the West where everything is organized and ready. But how is it going to get there? If we don't build it, how are we going to get there? It ain't going to happen. So what happened is that many of us in the West, we go there basically on emotional intelligence and comfort and we want a certain way. Hey, the other groups are going there to build and invest. So you have to have a shift in thinking. So for me, why I haven't left yet, and I'm being honest with you guys, why I haven't left yet, I want to know that when I leave, I don't have to worry about money. People, I do not want to worry about another dollar. So I have to make sure, put my financial house in order, invest ahead of time, structure myself so, hey, I don't drop in the water with them geese here. I don't drop in this water with them geese. But you see, I'm willing to take that risk to give you this kind of content to say, hey, tell you what, I'm going to take measured risk, meaning that, hey, when I make a move to the motherland, I've done my homework so I don't slip down here and go join them geese. You get the flex? So when you're going there, do your homework. Do your homework. Make sure that the environment fits you. Make sure, and one of the big problems with us, that's why I push golf. One of the big problems with us is that a lot of us don't like to learn things out of our norm. And that is very sad. I push golf because golf is not really something that we do. But let me tell you what, when you play golf, you always have something to do. When you play tennis, you have something to do. If you play basketball, but as you get older, there's certain things you can't do. So if you don't apply yourself now and get involved in something that you can do when you retire, then you're going to be bored as hell. You're going to be bored. So you have to partake in some social activities before you go there. Now, you see, Africa has weather just like the West or like America. You have Namibia, the desert, like out in Texas and say Arizona. Then you have down South Africa where it's cold in the winter time. You see, when we have our summer in the north, they have their winter in the south. As Asar just linked me a while ago, he said it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 0 Celsius. So it's cold in the night. So you get that kind of winter climate that you're accustomed to. Then you have the rain season. That's up in Rwanda or East Africa. And then now you have, the dry season if you go North Africa. So when you really think about it, it has everything that fits you. But if you have a pigeonhole thinking and believe, okay, well, this is just what I want to do. And if you have a very, say, small pocket, say your dollar cannot be expanded to a certain level, then you're going to have a problem. If you have young children, that's going to be a problem because, you have to always keep entertaining the children. So that's also going to be an issue. So without a doubt, you have to find what fits for you. So do your homework. Travel a few countries before you decide on where you want to go. So that's what I'm trying to say to you this morning. So for me, who's back here, I said, I want to know that when I make that move, I don't have to look back. So I want to put my financial house in order. I have some loose end in LittleBab here I have to tie up. Whether you like it or not, I have to tie up some loose ends, so I'm going to go back and forth. Kerry had to go based on certain reasons. He's happy, and let me tell you, it burned me, man. It burned me how the man have to go and leave I. But as I said, back and forth, because I want to know that I'm doing it right. And for you who out there who's to tell you what, I'm just fed up and want to go, yes, I understand. But you're going to deal with cultures and norms that's going to run up against you that might not fit you. So this is what I'm saying. Do your homework. Plan 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year in advance. Don't just jump and go. And then you have to pack up and leave. That don't make no sense. So definitely do your homework. So let me recap, family, is that if you're planning to go to the motherland, make sure your financial house is in order. You don't want to have to go and run back. So what you should do is take in regular trips to different countries to find out which one suits you and connects with your spirit. Then you got to look at your finances. Can I maintain my way of life for the next 15 years with passive income? This is why I mentioned rental properties, your pension, passive income. You have to also think, okay, well, is this weather conducive for me? So do your homework and don't be like those ones who make emotional decisions and actually pack up and leave and then have to go, because what they do, they give a bad impression of Africa. And Africa has 54 countries. And like I said before, if the Chinese, if the whites, if the Arabs and Indians go and doing well, why can't we? Why can't we? So therefore, it's all about mindset. You have to shift the mindset. Shift it and then you'll prosper. And as usual, please like, share, and subscribe. And hey, I'm not even happy, man, because back in the place, we really can't just enjoy the way we want to enjoy it.